Welcome back, blade lovers. This old sword with you once again, and I have a special knife today. Yes, I say that again and again and again. This is special because of the price and because of the materials. This is the Maxace Balance M. Now, I had done a previous review, and you can look it up, on the Balance K. I didn't have it handy, so there is a photo, and you can see it's practically the same profile as far as being a drop point of around 3.8 inches or something like that. We're going to measure it up soon, but here we have M390 in a steel frame, not titanium. It is weight relieved, for $115 on White Mountain. Take 10% off with my coupon code OLDSWORD, and you have a knife approaching $100, an M390, and let me tell you, it's no slouch as far as the action goes. It is a beautiful blade, and I've been told to show more of the knife in the frame, so I'm going to attempt to do that today. I will give you some close-ups, obviously, but there is the Maxace Balance M, M for M390. Now we'll go to close-up mode. And it was 2022. There was an older model, I understand, of the Balance M. I saw some reviews from 2-3 years ago, but this is marked 2022, so it's newly minted. It is really, for a steel frame, not all that heavy. There is your steel backspacer. There is your titanium clip, okay? They did go titanium on the clip. And these bolster surrounds, they're like little platforms, kind of neat machined gear look there. Got an interesting swedge. I don't know what you'd call that, really. It's kind of like this cutout with some jimping. The jimping's not really that effective. It's more decorative. It grabs you a little bit, but really not what you'd expect. But it's a comfortable ergonomics, and it is an extremely smooth, almost hydraulic on bearings. Not loose drop shutty, but smooth drop shut. Just what you would want, I think. Flipper tab, nicely jimped. Got an angle to it, and it's set where your finger goes is actually slightly ahead of the pivot, which is always a good thing because then you have a very good action. Question would be, can we fail it? Yes, we can, but just barely, really. Yeah. With a normal pull back, not even too hard, it's going to snap right open. No blade play or lock rock. It is tight as a drum. We got a lock up here of about 50-55%, so it's definitely solidly locked up with room for a little bit of wear. The clip, as usual on the Maxace budget line knives, is kind of pedestrian. Even on some of the higher knives, higher end knives, you're getting that clip, but they're putting it on the Goliath with M390 and the Goliath Bowie with S90V. I don't know. It works is all I can tell you. It's not deep carry. It is inset into the handle, and it is not transferable to the left side. Having said all of that, let's do some measurements. I'm going to back out again just to be sure you guys are seeing the entire knife. I think that was a good criticism. I take criticism as long as it's constructive. 8.5-inch knife overall. 3 3/4 inch, just shy of that. 3 3/4 inch cutting edge. So the blade 3 3/4 inch with the same cutting edge. Now, inches across the handle, 0.56. No, 0.55. Take that back. That's not bad. blade stock, that's probably why it's on the lighter side, is not particularly thick, 0.12, which works out to, in millimeters, 3 millimeters. And I've got my kind of 3D background there, so hopefully the scale is going to work out today, because it tends to shift around a little bit on this uneven surface. So we've got a 5.57 exactly weight. So not under 5 ounces, but not feeling particularly heavy either. Weight relieving. There you go. On both sides. And I just think it's a win-win-win. If you want just a Maxace EDC M390, now I'm assuming they're M390. The question always is it heat treated correctly? You know, what's the hardness? What's the Rockwell? I don't really know. I'm not sure that White Mountain gave that. And this is available, by the way, in couple different flavors. So there is the black handle, there is the yellow handle if you want to be really bold, and there is the gray. They call this gray that I have, it's kind of a blue gray, and there's a purple handle. Wow. There is a blue handle, and that's it. So all the same price, all coming in. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So that is the higher end one. Excuse me, all. There is a higher end version of this with a titanium handle and the M390. Okay, but here you're getting an M390 blade and a steel handle. So there you go. That's the last one of the Balance M's. Now, Justin is not marking these as a Balance M, but you can find it by the price point. Now, the Balance K and K110 is more around the $50 mark if you wanted an even less expensive knife. So let's take another look around. And we're going to, there's a big lanyard hole there built into the back spacer in the frame. And Ergo's really nice. I mean, the handle feels slim. The blade is not that heavy a stock. It's a very high grind, and it comes through. I'm telling you, I can feel it. It is very slicey, although I don't measure behind the edge. There's your edge. Looks to be fairly thin. It's a stone wash blade. Still kind of a fingerprint magnet, picks up some oils and whatnot. And a very robust tip, considering the 3 millimeter blade stock even. Now, I thought I had them handy and on the side, but apparently not. And I didn't even take them out of the cases. Just for compare, for those of you that know the Maxace Sandstorm, this is a humongous knife, over 4 inches, and you're going to see that it is a good deal larger than the Balance M, even though the Balance M is 3 3/4. Also another large knife. We're going to dwarf this Balance M. This is probably the largest of the Maxace knives that I have. That is the Goliath 2 in brown G10. And I think I had one more here. Yes, I do. For further comparison, and we may need to back out to show you this one. Here is the Samurai, and I did say let's back out, but that's a little too far. So here is, let me take the Goliath out, the Maxace Samurai. It's a popular knife. This is seems to be available now more so than it was in the past in multiple handle colors. So that's about the same size, maybe a tiny bit longer overall. And that's a K110 blade. All right, so let's do a compare balance M with Griptilian. And it's just a bit bigger than the Griptilian, even though the Griptilian's got, I would say, a little shorter blade. And if we bring out the larger measuring knife, Ontario Rat 1, it's a bit longer, but not by much. We switch the perspective around because I'm shooting from an angle. The knife in front is always going to appear a little larger. So now they even up. What you get this knife in is a box now. You don't get this kind of pouch, which is kind of a semi-hard, and you don't get the soft pouch. And I find that WE is doing the same thing. Get a nice box, right? Sliding drawer, get your material inside, literature, you get a foam cutout, and it is a good sturdy box, so if you store your knives in the boxes, like I sometimes do, it's not a bad thing. But I think I'd rather have the pouches, and I know these are kind of old school for Maxace. You don't see them coming out in these anymore. Kind of a clamshell deal with these little netted holders inside. So the Maxace M, you know, let me know what you think. I think it's quite the deal. Yeah, you're getting an M390 blade, as I keep saying. You're getting a steel frame, which isn't too heavy, 5.5 ounces-ish. Nice lockup on that single pin there. And the pin is pretty robust, considering when you look at the lockup pin on the Sandstorm. Yeah, it's a little bit bigger diameter, but this is just about right. Sometimes you see these skinny little stop pins. Not in this case. So, as I said, let me know what you think. I'm liking this. I think it's a great deal. And they're not going too fast out of White Mountain, so I'll throw you a link for all of them, and you can pick the handle color that you would like. So don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I will be back with you soon. Got more nice things to share on the way. Take care.